Hi, I'm back yet again, and I truly do hope that we are keeping well and keeping safe during this period. So we've been looking at this emotional intelligence. We've gone into several parts of emotional intelligence. We have defined and described what emotional intelligence is. We have gone through the makeup of emotional intelligence, which is self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, social skills, and self-motivation. And yesterday we started, on a journey on how to develop our emotional intelligence. Yesterday we began by looking at communication skills. We said that we have as much as possible to maintain what we refer to as an assertive communication style, which is that communication style that communicates your ideas and opinions, be they negative or positive, with sensitivity of the recipient, of the person that is receiving this, whilst fostering respect for both your opinion and the opinion of the person who's receiving the communication, or the people who are receiving the communication. And then we also looked at conflict management. We said that an emotionally intelligent person will attempt at all times to maintain calm and work towards a resolution during times of conflict. So we are now going to go further into how to develop our emotional intelligence, and I'd like to start with what I call knowing your circle. Now, knowing your circle is partly derived from our communication style, how we communicate. Remember, we are on a day-to-day basis, every time we are interacting with people, at practically every point in our life, we are communicating. And remember, communicating is not just spoken or written. Communication also is also on our body language, how we express ourselves, and that really is a whole, it's a whole topic on its own. So when we are communicating, we need to bear in mind our target audience. An emotionally intelligent person will always know when to separate feelings and emotions based on remember we said it's about your environment. It's about how you understand your environment, and in your environment, of course, you have your interactions, you have the people you deal with. And so an emotionally intelligent person will always attempt to maintain as much as possible a communication style that will always target the right audience. That is to say that you will know when it is that you're supposed to project a certain emotion to a certain group of people. You will know what emotion to project to your supervisor, to your colleagues at work. And this is because you have already become aware, because remember, part of emotional intelligence is in developing our social skills. We also develop social awareness. So and social awareness is really just, our interactions, the people we are with, the people that are around us, and these might not be people you even know. It could also be people that you just bump into on the streets, the people you're seated with in a public vehicle. And so an emotionally intelligent person will always be aware of their environment, and whatever communication they make will always bear in mind the audience that it's intended for. So, for instance, if you want to pass on communication to a group to your team, you will not pass on your communication to your team will be different to how you'll be passing on communication to your child, or to your supervisor, or to a stranger that you meet out there, or even to your customer. So always do what we call an audience analysis. Analyze your audience and project the right feelings at the right time. You will have a friend that you can, what we say, bare your soul out to, and they will know your vulnerable points. You will know when to look like, I have lost it. And this is a person that you'll be able to speak to at that level, and to interact with at that level. But you will also be aware and keen enough not to project such an emotion to somebody else, because even with friends, we do not project certain emotions to every friend or to every person that we meet. So when communicating, whenever you're communicating, always know your audience, do an audience analysis. The same way, I mean, I can actually tell it as it is to a friend, to a friend, and tell them, this is what I think. There is a friend who will tell me, Joyce, you know what, you lost it here. There is a friend who can confidently tell me, I think you need to, look at this differently. But as we do this also, as we, analyze our audience and analyze our relationships, remember there's also the place of empathy that we will also still look at as part of developing our emotional intelligence. And bear in mind also that an emotionally intelligent person will also take criticism positively, which is also an aspect that we will delve into later. So know your circle, know your audience in all aspects of your communication, and communicate appropriately. Gauge their emotions at any time, because remember, even that friend that you're very close to, you might, on a certain day, you might be able to communicate to them in a different way, and on another day, you find that they're sending out different vibes because of what they're going through. So it's the same way. Analyze, an emotionally intelligent person will pick those vibes, will pick those wrong vibes and address them accordingly, and respond accordingly. Know that this is when to joke, this is not when to joke. This is when, I can, tell you off, and this is when I should be keen or I should be careful about how it is that I project myself. Now, briefly, let me look at the fourth aspect, which is our listening skills. Now, a lot of times we are living in a what I'd call a fast-paced world. We are always in a rush to do something. Now, our listening is also getting pretty much affected, because we find ourselves always very fast to respond, as opposed to actually taking time to listen to communication before responding. So an emotionally intelligent person will always listen. Listen and understand the direct message. Listen and understand the indirect message, and listen and understand the unspoken message as well. We talked briefly about body language, because that also comes into play when you're listening and when there's communication. So an emotionally intelligent person will capture all this and will know how to respond appropriately. So always take time to listen before before reacting or responding to a certain situation. When somebody is speaking to you, take time to actually listen to them and understand them, and weigh your words. Always speak. An emotionally intelligent person will actually try and bring out words that are appropriate for that period, because sometimes because of the pressures and the frustrations that we have, sometimes we find ourselves too fast to speak. Now, this is what I have learned. When I am upset and I react at that very moment, I will say things that I will later regret. And so what I have learned is I don't have to speak right away. When faced with a conflict, I actually sometimes sleep over it and then react or respond the following day. I have found myself in situations where I have slept over, an issue, and the following day it doesn't look as bad as it looked, the day before. So when you're faced with a situation, don't be too quick to, when somebody comes and tells you so and so said this, and it's not right, before you pick that phone to react or sit down and write that email to react, just sit and think through it, and then the following day you will realize it doesn't look half as bad, and you will actually now think in a more open and more constructive manner, and your feedback will be more constructive. So next time we'll be going deeper into the other various aspects of developing our emotional intelligence. For now, give me any feedback. I am really open to feedback. If there's any item that you feel we should tackle, we should discuss, and if I'm able to do this, to go into it, I will gladly do so.